Hey, what's good, people? Dogysamich here for another episode of Georgia on the Grind, a podcast about Georgia fighting game community events. You know the deal at this point. Gonna go through a couple of topics, some past tournaments or a past tournament more specifically, a couple of events that are coming up, give you the calendar at the end and send you on your merry way. Not too much is changed from the routine just yet. So let's get started. Past Saturday, up in Fayetteville, the Zone Breakers did indeed have BreakFest, their first monthly coming back since COVID threw us all in lockdown. Did BreakFest from an IHOP, and from what I understand from getting feedback from the TOs themselves, or I guess Zone Breakers as a community themselves, from a couple of the attendees, pretty much everybody has had positive feedback. Ironically enough, the only complaint that I've heard about the entire event was LOL, the layout. But I mean, that's an easy fix. Nobody really cares about that. But good first endeavor for the Zone Breakers for their new monthly. The VODs are being premiered right now as I'm doing this, which they did have a stream. Stream had a couple of hiccups here and there, but everything that you would expect, just going to a random place, or quote unquote random place, and trying to stream an event. You can't always trust the internet out there. But I give you all of the details of that if you want to check up on how things went down over the weekend and maybe get yourself prepped for the next one, because there will probably be a next one. That being said, let's go through what is coming up in the near future. We can start with what happens every week. 404 and Esports Arena, they've been holding down the weekly slots. 404 just in the past couple of hours put up their weekly schedule. I'll give you the links to that, or a link to that. They have 20 or 30 of them. You can find them wherever you want to go. Big things I want to point out about it is that number one, casuals are happening on Friday. That's what's on the calendar. I don't want to say nothing that would be lying and misleading. Normally they have some events on Friday, but because of reasons that if you really care about, you look on Twitter, you can find them, but I will just leave it in this podcast as reasons. Friday is turned into a casual day for this week only. Some other big highlights for this week, again, starting today, so I'm going to have to ship this out. Hopefully catch some people getting in there tonight. There's going to be 2 KOF tournaments this week. There's going to be 2 Strive tournaments this week. I don't know if they normally have 2 Strive, but it kind of caught my eye. If you play BlazBlue, what's BlazBlue? If you play BlazBlue, you might want to check out the calendar. And lo and behold, I don't know who's over there playing this, but apparently Windjammer's so good, they have Windjammers too. All of that and some more. I guess the more would be Tekken 7 Ultimate, which their weekly Ultimate event is going to be a silver ranked event for the Smash World Tour, if you're trying to get your points. And they're going to have Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Doesn't say Ultimate, but we all know it's Ultimate. So those are all the events that have been posted on the schedule thus far. Why haven't you told me the days? Well, one, I need to convince myself to rearrange the calendar to actually make it a calendar so I can give you this in a more digestible format. 2, I want you to go look at the stuff. That's why Greg keeps meticulously posting it time and time again. Again, I'll get your foot in the door. Hopefully you can meet us halfway. Next event, Esports Arena. I don't know the director's name at all. I just see that she is habitually and constantly advertising the Tekken Thursdays. All right, let me be more specific. I guess I get wind of this because Pokechop and Abstract are very adamant about relaying the message, which they are two of the 3 usual suspects that I've noticed have been showing up to these Esports Arena Tekken Thursdays time and time again. Third one being 0-2. I don't know if I follow 0-2 on socials. I need to double check on that, but I can tell you for a fact that whenever these start to go up, Poke Chop is number one to get the word out. Abstract's usually pretty good about it as well. Last week, Esports Arena doubled their number of entrants for Tekken Thursday, and as of now, which today is Wednesday, I think they have 6. I can just click this and check. This isn't like super formal or anything. Let me refresh to make sure that I'm not crazy. They have 6 people so far signed up for tomorrow. Of course, the first 3, Poke Chop, 0-2, and Abstract. And I see America Whack Dash out there. Big ups to you. Haven't talked to you in a minute. So if you're trying to get your Tekken and you're in the Woodstock area, or you can get to the Woodstock area on Thursday, again, head up to Esports Arena for the Tekken Thursday. They also have Smash Ultimate on Sundays. I honestly have not kept up with that at all. I do see that it is still on the docket, so I am safely assuming that it is still a thing. I don't know if there's like another director who's in charge of that or whatever, but if you're trying to get some more Ultimate, I know there's some people out there that are always trying to play some Smash, head up there on Sunday and see what's happening. And that leads me to, well, I guess I should say the rest of the month, right? Zone Breakers has went ahead and filled out their monthly schedule. Now, I'm gonna highlight some events, gonna kind of gloss over a couple because as of right now, Zone Breakers is operating both offline and online, and the brunt of this podcast, or really, well, I guess I could say the brunt because I wanted to try to include it, but the brunt of this podcast is supposed to be offline events, right? So I guess I kind of need to overlook the online stuff. Anyways. This Friday, it has been 2 weeks. So as they said, Breakout is coming back. Their bi-weekly event is going to have, for the most part, the same lineup of games. Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They have 5 games. Now, if you've been keeping up with this, you would assume that the 5th game would still be King of Fighters 15. But Zone Breakers and a couple of other venues have tried to run KOF 15 with no such avail. I think this would actually be the strike out at this point. Yeah, this would be the strike out at this point. So they have replaced KOF 15 with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax 2.0. TLDR, the one that just got ported to PS4 and Steam. So that is going to be the 5th game coming up this Friday. Really, if you're trying to play Persona, there's going to be a lot of places that have it. But that's coming up this Friday on April Fool's. April 1st. Next Friday for Zone Breakers is Zone Breakers Online. Which again, I'm kind of going to just gloss over it. Even though I'm going to be there, that's what I've been commentating literally since COVID started. It is BB Tag, only BB Tag. It is PS4 BB Tag. BB Tag still does not have the R word for the net code, so yeah, we have good times over there. But after that, on the 15th, do I have the number right? Yeah, on the 15th, that would be 2 weeks. So guess what comes back again? Another episode of Breakout. Same games as I mentioned before. They have Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 7, Smash Ultimate, P4U2. The week after that will be the 50th Zone Breakers Online. And on the 30th, which will be a Saturday, they have the date reserved. They have not made an official announcement, they being the Zone Breakers. They have not made an official announcement, but all things considered, one would assume this would be the next BreakFest. Stay tuned for more details. And that's where we're going to leave this at this point. About that time. As of this moment, I have not had anything else cross my desk. So if there's any other events out there that I haven't talked about that are coming up in the near future, I don't know about them yet. There's still some a little later on down the road. I guess I should have pointed this out. The Tipped Off crew, Tipped Off, the newly refounded Tipped Off, and 404 have started to ramp up their advertisement for Tipped Off 13, the reunion. If I recall correctly, the pre-registration goal for, I want to say it was a 24-hour venue. I could be wrong about this. I don't have this information on my face, but I know there was a pre-registration goal, and one of the first ones has been met. So keep an eye out for that. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get closer to it. That's still further down the road in June, and that's actually overshadowing MomoCon, which is going to happen 2 weekends before it. Yeah, about 2 weekends before. We'll get to that a little bit later. We still ain't even out of March yet. No, we're not talking about May too much. But again, that's everything that I have for right now. I would say I will throw you over to the event page, but I'm going to have the event page up by the time I get to this part of the podcast. And I am going to be done. And thank you for your time. Thank you for anybody who's been listening to this. I know I just rant and rave about stuff that doesn't really mean too much. I can just throw the information up there with a 30-second clip and get the same thing accomplished, but it's kind of fun to talk for no reason. And because of that, I will come back and do this again sometime next week. I don't know. I got to find a good day. I kind of like Wednesday. We'll see. Enough about me. I'm out of here. Until next time. Peace.